Hello and welcome. Well, it's finally happened. The Starminator has been starminated by Starmer. Yes, he's gone, or is going. And as I looked at him give his resignation speech with a tear in his eye, I couldn't help but reflect that many in the country will also have had a tear in their eye about how long this has taken. And perhaps actually that's unkind. It is important to look at someone like Keir through the lenses of compassion, competency, and kindness. He didn't appear to be particularly kind, did he? Remember, near the beginning, in the before times, the pensioners, he didn't appear to show much compassion to the farmers. And in terms of competence, well, under his direction, presumably, there was a fairly early on hefty blow to businesses. National insurance for employers. The list goes on. It began, of course, before it began, did it not? The free gifts, the Labour Party caterwauling about the Tories. The theme, I think, of Keir Starmer's reign, and meaning feeling like we're all getting cold and wet with this shower in charge, the theme was that of not reading the room, not paying attention, and it would seem not caring. This constant feeling that you were there to do as you were told, that he knew best. He was the cleverest guy in the room, in the country. And also, you were just kind of there to further his career, which, remember, this is the person who said he'd rather be at Davos than in Parliament. And even if that's not what he meant, competence, right? Competence. He shouldn't have said it. And the competence in the role isn't just about the financial, the fiscal. It is also about the emotional. Many politicians understand that people vote based on emotion. They, or at least in part, they vote with their feet ultimately, depending on how they feel at the end of any particular tenure. And sometimes it's apathy, sometimes it's joy, not that often these days, and sometimes, as we're seeing right now, there's a modicum of rage in the country. So he wasn't the right individual for the role by a million miles or so, and he should have gone long before now, but he shouldn't have been in that role in the first place. In terms of politics, they're not sending their best, it would seem. At worst, I think Keir has wrecked many things in the country. Many things. A sense of trust, a sense of security, or at least he's exacerbated that. And at best, he's wrecked many things. He will point to this, and this, of course, but honestly, it's outweighed by the sour taste, the bitter taste that a lot of us have felt in our mouths for a long time. And I don't have sympathy for him. I mean, I have sympathy if things behind the scenes have been awful for him personally, domestically, but he should have gone. As a leader, I don't have sympathy at all because he was not the right person. We knew he wasn't the right person. He may have known, but others around him knew, and yet he didn't budge. He wouldn't budge. Again, because he had his agenda, his global agenda. And has he and his cronies increased trust in politicians? Absolutely not. Not at all. And the big misreading of the room, the overarching thing that was going on, was that people had been sickened by the Tories. They were on their knees emotionally. But what happened? Labour came in, and that little glimmer of hope that some people had. A lot of us were very suspicious and wary, but some people had it, and it was stomped upon almost immediately. Remember the black hole that we never got to the bottom of? I mean, it just goes on and on and on. The flip-flopping, somebody who talked about values and how they guide him, and yet they seem to morph and change like some creature from a sci-fi movie. One moment he was Corbyn and the next he was Farage. People don't like that. They might disagree with you, but they kind of like it if you stick to your guns. And there was always a sense for a lot of people that there was a two-tier system. And there was always a sense for a lot of people that those people who had helped create the culture and been around for quite some time, and they can come in all different shapes and sizes, and they do, but those people were kind of not important to the agenda of apparently not managing or deciding not to do anything about the flood of people coming into this country. And now where does that leave us? Who will be in charge? Well, in the past we've heard names like Wes Streeting, Big Ange, and also, of course, Andy, King of the North. So, Makerfield, that it looks like will propel him into potentially number 10. Will that make a difference? Will that help? Who knows? For the moment, we've got to hope that Andy Burnham can read the room.